Welcome to the channel, it's 9th edition 40k. Welcome to the Beast in Scarlet, one of the massive arcs of Omen entrusted to the Thousand Sons by the War Master Abaddon himself. Deep in this arc of Omen is this chamber, a summonsing portal that the Thousand Sons are going to be using to spill demons into the material world, to bring forth the Neverborn and carry out their nefarious plans of conquest. So this is a hollowed out space in the middle of the Space Hulk debris, orc debris, and millennia-old spaceships have crashed together to form part of this Ark of Omen, but this has been set up for a very real purpose. So today we're going to be playing a small game, a 1000-point game, because it's Eveninghammer, and it's Thousand Sons versus the Dark Angels. So we are going to be playing open war, and the deployment zone is going to be this one. So the Thousand Sons will be in the middle, and then the Dark Angels will be coming in from the four corners of the battlefield. And we're going to be playing objective drop as our objective. Now the objective is this cultist here, named Brian. He used to work as a change assurance manager in some hive somewhere, and he got a little bit carried away with the concept of change and became a chaos cultist. Now he is the conduit into which all the chaos powers are flowing, and he needs to stay alive and to carry out his summonsing ritual by the end of the game. So objective drop, you basically roll off, and whoever wins can move the objective 2d6 inches, and then you start scoring victory points from turn 3 onwards, and you get 1 victory point if you control the objective in your command phase, and 2 victory points if you control it at the end of the battle. Player with the most objective victory points wins. So if at the end of the game Brian is in the hands of the Dark Angels, and he will be swiftly dispatched as the energies protecting his form cease, and if he's still in the control of the Thousand Sons, then the protective energies have kept him alive long enough for him to open up this chaos portal, and all sorts of Tzeentchi demon goodness will come pouring out and take over the rest of this arc of Omen. So I said I'm Thousand Sons. I'm also going to be using my demons, my demon ally detachment in this game, just because I know that 10th edition is coming. I purchased the 9th edition demon codex just so I could use my allied demon detachment, and I've never used them yet. So this is an opportunity for me to utilize that. So it's going to be 50% Thousand Sons and 50% Chaos Demons to represent those demons that have been managed to be summoned into this area already. Okay, let's go have a look at the armies. In a universe of suffering and despair, Tzeentch represents change and hope to a better day. In a universe of ignorance and superstition, Tzeentch represents knowledge and the ability to manipulate that knowledge to your own benefit. So these guys are the good guys. If you're looking for the Rebel Alliance of the 40k universe, if you're looking for the good guys, then here they are. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So what we got? We've got a 1000-point Tzeentchi aligned army here. It is 2 detachments, 1 patrol detachment of Thousand Sons and another patrol detachment of Tzeentchi Daemons. So turning to the Thousand Sons first, I'm going to be fielding the Cult of Knowledge, which basically means that every unit here gains a psychic power Emperor Trespass, which allows you to reroll wound rolls of 1 against a target unit. The army is led by Harada Ran, who is an exalted sorcerer, and he is also been upgraded with the Paragram of Change, which gives him +1 wounds and +1 attacks, so he's a little bit beefier in combat. He's armed with a plasma pistol and a prospering Kopesh, and he has a warlord trait Ardent Scholar, which allows him to reroll rolls of 1 in the psychic phase and psychic tests. And he has the relic, the Anathean Scrolls, which allows him to pick one of his psychic powers and roll 3d6 and choose the best 2 dice for that cast, and that will almost certainly be Tzeentch's Firestorm, which is an attacking spell, but he's also got Temporal Manipulation, which is a healing spell just in case he gets a little bit in trouble. His bodyguard is Squad Decor, Scarab Occult Terminators, and their WYSIWYG, so there is a Soul Reaper cannon and missile rack in the unit. And their psychic power, in addition to Emperor Trespass, is Presage, which is a +1 to hit spell, so they should be hitting on 2s if that spell goes off. And then rounding off Thousand Suns is a squad of 10 Rubric Marines, and their spell is Glamour of Tzeentch. And also got a Soul Reaper cannon in that squad. So, on the demon side of things, we have Lahutra, who is a Herald of Tzeentch on a Fate Skimmer. Because he's a Herald of Tzeentch, then he has a 6-inch bubble, which allows demons to reroll wound rolls of 1. He can also point to the screamers behind him and any hit rolls of 6 that will then auto wound. So yeah, he's got screamers, some flamers, and then a squad of 10 pink horrors, who of course can split into blue horrors and brimstone horrors on a 4-up if they are destroyed. The horrors have the instrument, which gives them +1 leadership, and an icon of Tzeentch, which allows them to ignore modifiers to combat attrition tests. Now, normally if you're Thousand Suns, you can bring Tzeentchi Daemons as favoured allies, and you don't lose your Cabal points, but only if your allies are no more than a quarter of your total army points. This is roughly 50-50, it's maybe a few more points than the Thousand Suns. So as a result of that, I don't have a pure Thousand Suns army, and therefore I don't have the Cabal points to play with in this game. And likewise, I don't have the Warpstone points, Warpstorm points for the demons. But that's fine. This is not necessarily to represent an army arrayed for war. This is more to do with a summoning rite that has started, hence demons, but needs to be stopped and interrupted by the forces of the Imperium. The psychic powers for Lahutra is Bolt of Change, which is actually very similar to Tzeentch's Firestorm, in the fact that you roll 9 d6 and on 5s you cause mortal wounds. But it's actually even more powerful than that, because if you destroy any models in the target unit, you then do additional mortal wounds for every model you destroy, which is quite tasty. He's also got Boon of Change, which is effectively a buffing spell. Yes. As I said, there's no real synergy to this army. I just fancied using my Chaos Demons in 9th edition for the first and probably last time. So let's just see what happens. And as we look at their nemesis, the Dark Angels, let's have a look at their number 3's army. Okay, and here we have the Dark Angels army. Do you want to talk us through it?
Yeah, so I'll start at the front with my Warlords.
Yeah.
Captain and Phobos armour.
I've never seen one of them before. He looks quite Dark Angels, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, that's not the stock head. The bottom comes with that. It's from that's a head from Deathwing Knight.
Oh, cool! Right, yeah.
The hoodies, like the hooded heads. Yeah, I thought it would be quite a good. And what's really fun about this one is actually he covers his eyes completely. His cowl comes right down over his eyes. So,
yeah.
Which is why he's got the servo skull to see with. But yeah, so he is my Warlord. He has the Warlord trait Stealth Adept, which means that he can't be targeted with shooting attacks unless he is the nearest model.
Mm-hmm.
And he carries the Reliquary of Gathalamor, which is quite tasty. It means that enemy cycles within 18 inches are -1 to cast.
Nice, useful, yeah.
If they fail their psychic test, they, on a roll of a 4 up, take a d3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
heretic sorcerers beware.
Beware, yeah, exactly. I've got a lot of psychers in my army, so that could be useful. Yeah.
Accompanying him, squad of 5 infiltrators.
Yeah.
With their marksman bolt carbines as standard. Quite nice.
Cool, yeah.
Moving onto the troops at the back, squad of 5 heavy intercessors. They've got the regular heavy bolt rifles. One has a heavy bolter.
Yeah.
Down here we have a unit of 5 hell blasters with the plasma incinerators.
Yeah. Nice.
The Deathwing, now technically a Deathwing command squad for 2 reasons. One, it gives them the bodyguard ability, which means that they can provide lookouts there even when they're less than 3. Secondly, because it means it gives me a free slots for some of the support characters, namely in this instance the Deathwing champion.
Yeah. This is a new one on me. I didn't even know this mod movie.
No, he doesn't come out to play very often, but he's quite tasty in hand-to-hand combat with his Howl of Caliban.
Yeah, and he's already started slaying demons.
Yeah, he's been picking up trophies on his way through the arc, just to show the Tzeentch Daemons that he means business. He gets extra attacks when he's facing a unit of 10 or more as well.
Cool.
Yeah. Just going quickly back to the Terminators. Their loadout is standard, except for one's got a chain fist, one's got an assault cannon. We have a unit of 3 Primaris Eliminators. They have the bolt sniper rifles.
Yeah.
Which ignore lookouts, sir. Got 3 different firing modes.
Yeah.
For the situation.
I'm trying to get us to focus. I love the paint job on these. I think these might be some of your best work. I love them.
Very kind.
Yeah.
You should see. I tell you what. You should see the ones I'm doing at the moment with the Las-Peoples. I think they're better.
Even better.
Personally. Yeah.
Wow.
And supporting them is librarian in Phobos armor.
Yeah.
He has the powers Shrouding and Soul Sight, so he is there purely to power up and support the Eliminators. Make sure they can't be attacked. Make sure they always hit their mark.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, one of my favourites, the Invicta Tactical War Suit.
Yeah.
He will be sneaking up on the Thousand Suns to ruin their day.
Yeah. Excellent. I don't have much anti-tank, so I have to try and attack him with mine bullets. That's my anti-tank. Or anti-vehicle. It's not really a tank.
I see your mine bullets and raise you real bullets.
Real bullets, yeah.
Obviously, Dark Angels, so Chapter Tactic is Grim Resolve, and so just +1 to hit when they remain stationary, which a lot of the time I plan to be doing.
Yeah.
Never lose more than 1 to battle shock tests.
Yes. Okay.
The Terminators, sorry, I should add, the Deathwing Terminators are all starting the game in a Teleplanetarian chamber.
Yeah.
Ready to jump in and support the...
Along with their Jawa.
Oh yeah, along with their Space Jawa.
Yeah.
Watcher in the Dark, who provides a once per battle Deny the Witch test. Crucially, you get to re-roll the Deny test if he is countering a spell from a Chaos Psyker, which...
we are.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go.
Okay, excellent. Cheers. Excellent. I look great as usual.
Thank you very much.
Let's go to deployment. Okay, and here we are at the end of deployment. So I'll do the Tzeentchi aligned army first. So we've got pink horrors here. Looks like they've just come out of the warp gate. And words of binding uttered by the aspiring sorcerer down there in this rubric squad. Then I've got Harada Ran sitting next to the cultist who's sort of floating up in the air in his invulnerable bubble. I've got the Fate Skimmer, the Screamers there, and then finally the Scarab Occult Terminators. Oh, and the Flamers there. So this has been a carefully orchestrated ambush by the Dark Angels. They've been fighting their way into the bowels of this Space Hulk, and so they're coming from all directions. So up here we've got the Eliminators and the Librarian in Phobos armor. We've got the Captain with his infiltrators sneaking up using the warp energies of the Notcliffe Crown as cover for their advance. And then on this flank we've got the war suit coming in, using the cover there. Heavy intercessors up here with a good line of fire into proceedings, and then your hell blasters
ready for the signal to go over the top.
Go over the top, yes, and unleash hell. And your terminators are in the teleportarium,
waiting for the opportune moment.
Yeah, so interesting. So nothing really coming from this flank. So we, unless the terminators will be, of course, you don't know, do we? So yeah. Now, shall we see who's got turn 1? I suppose there's a chance that there could be whispers in the warp, and maybe the Thousand Suns might get a little inkling as to who's that their summoning ritual is about to be interrupted. So, looks like those whispers have come true. So, let's go to Thousand Suns turn 1. One thing I forgot to mention is the twist for this game. So the first card drawn was Unrelenting Turmoil, which basically means draw 2 twist cards. Then I drew Warp Storm and Hatred. Now Warp Storm is definitely going to help the Tzeentchi army. I think it's add 1 to psychic tests and 6 inches of the range of psychic powers. However, if we suffer the perils of the warp, it's 3 mortal wounds rather than D3. And then Hatred, which is when making an attack against the nearest enemy unit, to re-roll a wound roll of 1. So yeah, the forces of chaos are most displeased that their right has been interrupted, and the implacable heroes of the Imperium are also keen to slay their enemies. Right, so let's talk about my movement phase, the end of turn 1. So we've been, whispers in our ear have told us of the advance of the Dark Angels, and we have basically drawn our forces in this direction towards the war suit there. So I'm looking for a charge from the demons against that. The horrors have advanced. I only rolled a 1, so they got a little bit further away from the forces coming in from this direction. Rubrics have shuffled backwards. The Cultist, I won the roll, so I've decided to keep him where he is for the time being. The Scarab Cock Terminators have moved in this direction. They're going to open up against the heavy intercessors, and I've got a good advance roll for the flamers. These are assault weapons, so they can then pour fire into the hell blasters. But first, I have a psychic phase. Let's kick off with the rubrics. They're going to cast Glamour of Tzeentch on the Scarab Occult Terminators, and that is a 7. Goes to 9 because of the Warp Storm, and they get a +1 natural cast anyway. So they are Scarab Occult Terminators at -1 to hit. So the Scarabs will cast Presage on themselves, and that goes off on a 10. That's +1 to hit spell. Number 3, anytime you want to interrupt, and if you got your dispel shenanigans with your watchers.
Oh yeah, arrived, and my librarians
is all over there.
Mostly out of range.
yes, he's up there, isn't he, directing? Okay, so I need to get my tape measure out. Hold on. So Harada Ran, he's going to use his Anathean Scrolls on Flamestorm of Tzeentch. So I roll 3d6, and I'm going to choose that 7, and I get to add 2 to that because of the Warp Storm. So that is a 9, and that's going to target your heavy intercessors. Yeah. So looking for 5s. Oh, ow. Ow, ow, ow. So that's, I think, 2 dead.
Mm-hmm.
He will then smite them, and that does go off as well.
You can't smite them. Not the closest. Oh, closest visible, yeah.
Closest visible. Happy with that?
Yeah.
That's 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
8 Skimmer will cast Boon of Change on the Screamers. That's got a warp charge value of 6. And that actually fails. I'll let that go. And then he will cast Bolt of Change against the War Suit. And that is a warp charge value of 7. And that does go off on an 8. And looking for 5s again. And 4 wounds are caused against the war suit by mine bullets, and that's the end of my psychic phase. To be honest, I was pretty lucky with the warp storm adding 6 inches, because otherwise Harada and Ram would have been out of range. I did check with you, didn't I, number 3, that you was happy with that card.
Yeah. Look, listen, you know, we love a narrative game.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Open war can sometimes feel a bit dirty, but
it's fine. It's only the first turn.
It's only the first turn. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Let's go into the shooting phase.
Assuming I've got any units left with.
Garab Occult Terminators opening up against the Heavy Intercessors. I've spent 2 command points to put me down to 3 command points on Wrath of the Wronged, which is effectively +1 to wound. So I'm going to fire the Hell... I can't remember the Soulfire missile launcher. I can't quite remember the name of it now. And he actually hits twice, so I get +1 to hit because I've got Presage on. Strength 8, toughness 5 to freeze. Yep. Goes to 2s because of Wrath of the Wronged. So I get 2 wounds. That's 2 at -2. Now, you've spent command point on unyielding.
The face of the foe. So Gravis. Well, what is it? What's the damage code of that? Is it
2?
2, so it doesn't count against that.
Oh, okay.
So -2.
But you're in cover, so we call it 4 up.
I don't think they can claim cover from that.
No?
No.
Oh.
I didn't put them there intending for them to have cover.
Oh, do you not?
No.
Okay, are you sure? Because I was thinking
the
whole rubbish here.
I think if they were behind these bits, then fair enough. But that to me is, in fact, and the containers rules is definitely exposed.
Exposed. Okay.
No, I meant for them to be a target up there.
Sure. Okay. All right, so yeah, -2 then.
-2, so it's just 5s then.
5s, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey! Pings off the
See, that's why they don't need no cover.
No, exactly. Only substandard Space Marines require cover. Right. So, the Soul Reaper fires 5 times, hitting on 2s because of... they all hit. Unless your strength 6, so 3s to wound. 2s because of Wrath of the Wrong. So that's 5 -3 saves. This is 1 damage though.
Yeah, so I get +1 on that then, so that makes 6 into a 5.
Yeah. No.
Oh, that's substantially less good. Yeah. So this guy, he loses. That's fine.
Right, and these are the Warp Storm Bolters. I just remembered I was rerolling hit rolls of 1 because of the Exalted Sorcerer. So yeah, that many hits. Now these are strength 4, toughness 5, so 5s goes to 4s because of Wrath of the Wrong. And they're not the nearest target, so Hatred doesn't kick in. So you have 4, 5 -2 saves. These are damage 1.
Yeah, okay, so -2, so that becomes a 4.
4 up.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yes,
oh, he's got one little
clinging on.
remaining.
He's clinging on, and that is going to be the end of my shooting phase. So let's go into charge phase. Unsurprisingly, my demons are going to go in. I'm going to put in the Screamers first if you want to Overwatch.
Yes, I think I will Overwatch.
Okay.
I think it would be nice.
Nice. 5 sets for the grenade. 6s.
That's 2 hits with
Nice.
grenades. They are strength 4.
Toughness 4.
So 4s to wounds. 2 wounds, no. 2, yeah.
Yeah, so they've got a 3 up demon save when they get shot. And so they pass. Heavy bolts?
No, nothing. Twin Iron Hail Heavy Stub roll, just roll 2 lots of 4. So that is 2 for the first half and none for the second. So 2. So these are 4s again, strength 4?
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Or you can re-roll them, they're the nearest enemy target to you.
Oh, well done. Thank you very much.
You rather dislike them.
I dislike them a lot.
So you get 2 each.
Converts 2. So we're in Devastator there. Heavy, so that's -1.
Yeah.
Minus 2, sorry.
Well, I'm just got to free up demon save, I'm afraid.
Oh, all right, fine. So it's just the auto cannon left to fire.
Yes.
So that's two hits again. So these is strength 7 this time. So threes.
Reroll those ones.
Hatred. Thanks, hatred. One save at minus 2 again.
No, I keep rolling those threes.
Demon saves. Whoa.
Yeah, the demons.
Well, the Empyrean is strong in this chamber.
Indeed.
That's what happens. Right.
Just notice my flamers on number 3 has been nice to allow me to fire them into your
I'll have my revenge.
Yeah.
This life or the next.
So these are horrible. These are d6 plus 2, I think.
Yikes.
So that's 10, 16. Yeah, d6 plus 3 shots, these bad boys. So that's 19 also hits. And they're also strength user, which is 5.
So 3s to wound.
3s to wound.
Rerolling ones.
This could be a quick game. Oh my goodness. Wow. So these are 5
up saves. My old masters.
Oh,
no. Yikes.
And that is a unit.
That is a weak 150 point unit.
Oh dear. Oh, number 3, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
It's yeah. Well, that I'm so sorry. So
don't be.
Oh, sorry, Leon dice. Yeah. Oh, into combat. Let's activate the screamers first. Looking for 4s, 6s auto wound because they were pointed at by the Flux Master.
So
that's just 1 hit.
One you've got to roll.
Yeah.
And 3 that get through the wound straight away.
So this is strength 6.
So 4 to wound.
Yeah, that does go through. 6 up save. What's happened to armor contempt when you need it?
Right, that's 8 damage. So he's on his last wound. So I'm going to use 2 CP for counter offensive.
Yes.
So while the thing is still standing, I'm going to try and batter the Fluxmaster.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Right.
So through gouts of smoke, he's going to try.
You get +1 hit 'cause you're technically not moved.
Yes.
Yeah. That's something at least.
So we're on a 4 up.
Yeah.
5 attacks, 4 up.
Okay.
With the
good luck.
Punchy fist.
Okay.
Right, so that's 3 hits and we're going
2s to wound.
2s.
14 against toughness 6.
2s rerolling 1s.
Yeah.
There you go. So 3 wounds.
So Tzeentch Daemons really good when you shoot at them, not so good in combat. Only a 5 up for their invulnerable save. Oh dear,
Yeah.
2 get through.
Okay, so
I've got 9 wounds. How much are you doing to me?
Oh, only 6.
Only 6.
Mm.
Okay.
That's annoying. Maybe I should have re-rolled one of those, but never mind.
Yeah. Do you want to re-roll? Don't mind.
No, that's fine.
Fate Skimmer, he's going to stab your massive Warwalker with his dagger. He's hitting on 4s. He gets 1 hit. His strength is 3, so I think I'm winning on 6s. No.
Plus 1 for hatred.
Yeah. Okay, so these are the lamprey bites, or for the oh, so I get 2 hits. Winning on 4s. No. No, the warsuit lives. Uh-oh. And okay, and that is the end of my turn 1. I'm pretty happy with that, number 3.
That's pretty good. Before we close off the turn, let me make a morale check for the last remaining heavy intercessor.
Yes.
So he's leadership 7. He's lost 4 dudes.
He's not got Soul Silence dead, isn't he? Yeah. Oh dear.
So I need to roll 3 or under.
Yeah. Unless you want 2 command points.
Nah, it's not worth it. That's fine.
No, he is a hero of the Imperium, a stalwart Dark Angel. He ain't running. Let's go into the Dark Angel's turn.
I've got 1 wound and a heavy bolt.
Exactly.
Let's hit it.
What more do I need? Yeah, Dark Angel's turn 1. Okay, here we are at the end of movement phase for the Dark Angel's turn 1. My 0.5 has joined me. That's my son.
Yes.
So Not much happened. So we got your infiltrators.
Yeah, the infiltrators have done a normal move forwards. The captain, Captain Orias, has advanced because, of course, his rifle is an assault weapon.
Yeah.
But the eliminators, the librarian, and down the other end, the warsuit, the smoking warsuit, and the remaining heavy intercessor will remain stationary.
Yeah.
So straight on to psychic.
Okay.
Whereupon my librarian has got 2 spells to cast, both on the eliminators. The first one we're going to cast is shrouding. So if my Omorium cherub could roll me 2 dice, please. We want a total of 6 or better.
6 or better.
Well, I get +1 to this actually.
We only
need 5 or better.
We have a
4 is not good enough, unfortunately. So the shrouding spell fails to go off. But we need to. That's exactly that. Yeah, that's a good effect.
Yeah.
So the second spell is Soul Sight. So again, we need 6s.
6s.
Please. Well, not 6s, not rolls of 6s.
Yeah,
a total of 6.
Total of 6.
But we get +1 from the warp
we have
storm.
6. Exactly.
Yeah, right. So Soul Sight.
That does go off.
Soul Sight goes off, which means that the eliminators get to re-roll hits, and they ignore cover.
Cool. Okay.
For what difference that makes?
Yeah.
So on to shooting.
Shooting. Eliminators are opening up mortis rounds against the rubrics.
Yeah. So we're using the bolt sniper rifles, firing mortis rounds at the rubrics. So what this means is we're hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the rest in a minute. So that's 3 hits.
3 hits, yeah.
So each of these is strength 5.
Okay, 3s to wound then, toughness 4.
3s to wounds. Okay, yeah, they're not the nearest target, so hatred won't apply here. Right. So that's 3 wounds, and it's -3 armor.
So on to 5s. Is it all? How much damage?
2 each.
2 each. I don't get all his dust, so 5 up saves. So 2 get through, so it's 2 each.
Yep.
Drops 2 of them. So, yeah, the fight back starts here. Okay, the infiltrators open up against the horrors.
Okay, so they've moved so they don't get their Grim Soul bonus, but they are hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the captain.
Yep. And 6
auto win. Yeah. So that's
like Imperial Guard.
A couple of wounds. Let's see. Yeah. Right, and that's...
Yeah, so 3s to wound, re-rolling 1s because of how they really hate pink horrors. So that's a good spread of hits.
So that is...
So 3 up demon saves. So 2 fall. Do they turn blue? They turn blue.
Oh no!
Yeah, and they split into 2 blue horrors. Any more shooting?
Yeah, right, Captain.
Captain, yeah.
He's going to take a pot shot at the floaty chariot thing.
Can he target chariots in combat?
He cannot, that is a good point. In which case he is going to target the Scarab Occult Terminators.
Okay, yeah.
So, hitting on...
He's at -1 to hit because they're glamoured.
Oh! Okay. No, that's fine. He's still going to hit on a 4 then.
He's already advanced. Is he advanced?
Yeah.
So he can't get double minuses.
That's true, so he hits on a 3.
3, yeah. Ah!
I'm going to command point re-roll that, because that is shameful. Oh, for Fowler. Right. That was poor.
The Intercessor, CP spent on a Hellfire Shell.
Which is going to fire at them.
Yeah.
So it's a single shot. If he hits, it's D3
mortal
wins.
wins.
Very simple.
Yeah.
So we are
hitting
on 2s.
Bang.
So D3 mortal wounds.
Looking for that again.
One mortal wound.
Wanted it the other way around, didn't you?
Die.
So yeah, unfortunately.
Right. And then the Invictor, last but not least, is going to fire everything he's got. Well, actually, no, that's not right. So he will fire the heavy bolter and the auto cannon at the what is this called?
It's called a Fate Skimmer. I think I call it Flux Master.
Yes, he's the Flux Master, isn't he?
Yeah,
but the whole thing's
a Fate Skimmer.
So he's going to fire the autocannon and the heavy bolter at the Fate Skimmer.
Yeah,
and he's going to fire the heavy stubbers and the grenade launcher at the screamers.
Okay.
Okay.
Slamming in. Oh dear.
Miss.
They all miss.
The
Get +1 hit still.
done that. That's why it's on 4s.
It's on 4s, right?
His ballistic skill's 5, right?
Ah, right. Yeah.
Right. So then the auto cannon is a 6. So again, look at no. I beg your pardon. He's in close combat with a heavy weapon, so it's 5 now.
Oh yes.
So that is 3 hits.
Okay.
It's strength 7.
So freeze to win. This is against the fate skimmer, yeah.
So 3's rerolling 1s. So that's 3 wounds.
Yeah, I've got to.
Well, no, actually, you can take 1.
I can take 1. Yeah, just.
Oh yeah.
So I take 2 wounds. I'm down to 1 wound left. Any more shooting?
Yes. So shoot not into him.
Ah.
So the grenade launcher and the stubbers go into the
screamers.
So
Okay.
the grenade launcher is 5 attacks. This one's an assault, so this actually hits on 4s.
Okay.
Right, 3 hits, strength 4.
Force to wound.
Force to win, re-rolling 1, so 1 save at 0.
Yeah, they are not going anywhere fast.
And then lastly but not leastly, the heavy iron hail studders. And they go. Yeah, we're looking for 5s again on this. So 3 hits, strength 4.
So force to wound.
We roll those 1s for hatreds.
Yep.
3 saves.
3 up because it's a shooting attack. Oh, I'll just keep rolling those 3 ups, don't I? There we go.
And that, as they say,
it's into that.
Is that. So on to, well, there's no charges, so on to the fight phase, whereupon you get to go first.
Yeah, defense
so
go
choose
first.
wisely.
Yeah, but I'm going to do the screamers, I think. Yeah. So activating the screamers, can they chew through that last wound, hit on 4s. And then force to wound again. And that is 4. Mine's 3 saves, so I need 4 6s. Although if you do blow up, I've only got 1 wound left on the on the chariot. Oh, you gave it.
Not bad.
You gave
not
it.
Bad. Right, blows on a 6.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, just gets cut down. Okay, here we are at the end of the movement phase 4, the Thousand Suns in turn 2. Number 3 won the roll with the objective, so he's now floated slightly towards his infiltrators, which has resulted in the Thousand Suns almost like chasing a balloon floating in the air. Beginning to shuffle there, and the demon allies also moving in that direction. And the scarabs also sort of shuffling around, so I do feel like I'm going back and forth a bit. But the flamers that are ridiculously overpowerful have gone on top of that ziggurat, and the screamers are coming in to engage the last heavy intercessor in case somehow it survives the... Actually, they probably will survive, it's that range, isn't it? Yeah, so they're going to charge that dude. So... yeah, not much to say other than that, really. So let's do I risk a perils with casting any spells in my 1 wound chariot? Yes, because I'm a Tzeentchi demon. And we should not fear the warp. Yeah, so he's going to do an old-fashioned smite, and yeah, that's gonna
go.
Yeah, that's got him. Pop. Okay. Okay, the rubrics are going to empiric trespass. No, the scarabs will do it, actually. Will empiric trespass your infiltrators. That's got a walk charge value of 6, and that goes off on a 10. So the Thousand Suns at least can reroll wound rolls of 1 against your infiltrators. The rubrics will smite on a 6 now, and that's a perils. So I'm going to spend a command point to ignore that.
But you still risk the reliquary. So
yeah,
you roll of a 4, you get D3 mortal wounds.
Do you want to roll it, or do you?
No, you can roll it.
So on a 4 up, I take D3 mortal wounds.
Yes.
I take D3 mortal wounds. Oh, I blow one of my rubrics. Rubrics goes pop. Okay. Rider will heal that injured Terminator, so he's back to full health, and then he will Tzeentchi Firestorm the infiltrators, and that fails. So that's the end of my psychic phase. Let's go into shooting. Flickering flames from the pink horrors into the infiltrators, and a smoke screen command point has been spent, which is -1 hit. So I'm hitting on 5s. So strength 4 attacks, 4s to wound. Can we roll 1s because of the hatred? And these are -1s, so 4 -1 saves. Yeah, just check the footage. I've got 3 attacks. I forgot about the smoke screen. So now I'm winning on 3s. And yeah, that's 3 -3 saves coming in. And these are the bolters. Can reroll of 1s because of rather on. And then these are 4s. So 3 -3 saves and 3 -2 saves.
Right.
Okay, the Scarabs now continuing to make their day. Not great. So this is the missile launcher. Getting 2 hits with 6s. 2 wounds. That's 2 at -2 saves.
5s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soul Reaper. Oh, can we roll the 1s? Not Soul Reaper. Yeah, I do mean Soul Reaper. And I'm hitting on 4s because of the smoke. 3s to wound.
Do you reroll 1 because of that?
Oh yeah, Imperatrice Plus, thank you. Yeah, I still do. So 1 at -3.
So 6. No.
Right.
He's dead.
And then 4 Storm Bolters, Warp Storm Bolters. Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Still not too bad. Wounding on 4s, rerolling 1s. That is 6 -2 saves.
Ooh. 5s. So that is 4 wounds going in. They're dead.
Oh dear.
Dead filtrators.
Dead filtrators. Okay, and that's the end of my shooting and the end of my turn. 2. Mike's coming in, so...
Right, so we're going to smiterate the horrors.
Yeah, is in range because
Yeah.
Of the extra 6 inches. So that does go off. Not quite a super smite.
No.
And I won't be in denial range, so that's just D3 mortal wounds.
Hey,
So you're gonna pop one of the blue horrors.
Kill a blue horror, yeah.
And Soul Sight being cast for the second spell. Just check the rules. You only split if you suffer a shoot or fighting casualty. So in psychic phase, you don't get split. That's my reading anyway. Okay, so that's that done. So you got some
shooting. Right.
Shooting.
So
rounds coming in.
Eliminators firing on rubrics.
Yeah.
So 2s to wounds. 2s to hit.
2 to hit.
Did I see rolling? No, hold on, sorry.
Reroll that 1 because of Soul Sight.
Yeah, alright, that's 2 hits. So strength 5,
3
so
to wound.
3 to wound and 6s to mortal.
Yeah.
In addition, so 2 saves at
Most, wasn't it? 5 up.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 save, 1 fails.
So one is killed
and
1 has a mortal wound.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no. He's not really doing very much other than skipping around on top of there. Okay.
So we're hitting on a 2.
Yeah. Fate Skimmer is being shot in the back by the captain. I assume he's in range, is he? What's the range of your gun?
36.
Oh, right, yeah. That's a big gun.
It's a snipey gun.
It's a snipey gun, right? Okay, yeah. Hitting on 2s.
Yeah, hits strength 5.
5 wounds, toughness 6. I want to say fate's going to toughness 6. Yeah. Unfortunately, not.
Never mind.
Not this time.
Right, and then just leaves the Deathwing Terminators. So I'm going to do Deathwing Assault, which you can use in the turn they arrive from teleports, and means I get +1 to wound.
Okay.
So obviously they've got to hit first.
Yeah.
So we're going to fire the Stormbolters, of which there are 4, all at the horrors.
Yeah.
And then the assault cannon against the Rubric Marines.
Okay.
So
watch us into the horrors.
We are looking for 3s rerolling 1s.
Yep. Because of the captain.
Okay,
that's
so that's a lot of, what's that, 14 hits.
Ouch. And you're winning on 2s, aren't you? Because you have +1 to wounds.
Yeah,
strength 3, strength 4, toughness 3.
Yeah. Okay,
And you can reroll those ones because of the nearest hatred.
So those still came out 1s. So
Okay, I've some pretty good rolling there with the demon save. So I've lost 1 pink horror and the blue horrors eventually all got lost. So on 4s, the blues turn to brimstones. Nope. And then on a 4, that pink horror turns to 2 blue. Yes. So 1, 2.
this is an outrage.
That is a lot of firepower that unit just soaked up.
Yeah.
And against rubrics.
So that's 3 hits.
How come you're on 4s?
Because it's a heavy weapon.
Oh.
And they teleporters.
Yeah.
So the counters haven't moved.
Yeah.
So it's strength 6.
The
Which would normally be a 3, but 2 because of Deathwing Assault.
Yep. Yeah.
So that is 3 wounds at -2.
Is it single damage?
Single damage, yeah.
So effectively -1, so 4
Okay.
ups. So I take wound.
So 1 takes 1 wound.
And
One of them's got a mortal wound off him.
Yeah, you do slay 1 who was injured. Yep. I keep.
Oh, that's better than nothing. Right.
So 4 horrors were slain, and they've got leadership of 8 with their instrument. So I don't want to roll a 5 or 6. I roll a 5. so
that means 1 runs off.
1 dissipates back to the warp, and then how many is there?
So you've got.
So on 1s.
Nothing.
Nothing, so just 1 flickers out of existence. Okay, we just did the floaty. I gave him a name in the intro. What was his name? Brian. Brian has floated. Brian has floated a little bit closer to the Thousand Suns lines because we're sort of drawing him back in like a balloon. Right, okay, let's go into Thousand Suns turn 3, is it? I think, yeah. 3, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are at the end of the movement phase in turn 3 for the Tzeentchi aligned army. Not much to say, we're just heading towards the enemy now. They're just really located in this corner. The Screamers advance, and if you advance with them, you can effectively pick them up and put them within 9 inches of any enemy units as they go through the warp, so that's what they've done. Everything else is moving up in the general direction of the enemy. Big old advance with the Flamers, but they're still a bit out of it at the moment. So, let us kick off the psychic phase. Let's do it with Hararon. He will Tzeentchi Firestorm your Terminators. That's not a great roll. So that is 5.
Don't forget your -1 for the.
Yeah, so I'm only +1 to this because I'm a Thousand Sun and the Warp Storm. So that is a 6. So that fails.
And if you fail, you on a 4 up, you take
mortal
D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, I was a little bit cocky about that, thinking it was some silly little trinket. So 4 up.
Oh.
And he takes D3 mortal wounds. He's got 6.
This is what I like it.
So
Sort of a head popping.
So his second spell is a healing spell. So he could either heal himself back up.
I'd love to see this.
Or it could fail like the last one did, and he can blow himself up. So that's what he's gonna do. So that 7 does succeed on a 7.
Okay, I'm going to deny the witch with my
Yep, with your little
my Jawa.
Space Jawa.
No.
No. Do you get to reroll ones because it's a psychic?
Oh, do you know what? I can reroll the whole test against the chaos one.
Ah, let's give that another go. No.
No.
Oh, right.
Martini!
So he gets 2 wounds back, so he's down to 5. Fine, but that's him done. Then, so the scarabs will put +1 hit on themselves, and that definitely goes off on an 11. And the rubrics.
They're not in range of the reliquary, so
Okay.
they're quite safe. The rubrics are.
Rubrics are, so they are going to. They're going to do smite.
Oh no, they're not.
Oh, no.
Oh, they are because
They
you're
are.
+1, so you're
+1.
5. It's your first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're alright then.
Yeah, that does go off unless you got any more shenanigans.
No.
3 mortal wounds.
Yikes.
That's
So that's a dead Terminator.
Dead Terminator, yeah.
Let's take the chambers, bro.
Right, I've got my sorcerer on the face. He's going to do the attacking spell. I can't remember the name of it now.
Hateful bolt of bolt of doom,
Bolt of Doom. That definitely goes off.
bolt of spite,
Something like
angry
that.
bolt.
An angry bolt of Tzeentch. What's that? That's 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 ups.
It
And
might be doom bolt.
yeah, I do 3 mortal wounds. And as that kills one of them in the squad, I do another mortal wound.
Okay.
And he's going to smite as well.
He smite as well.
Smite as well. So that is on a 6.
Yeah, that's all right.
So that's okay. And another 3 mortal wounds.
Yikes. So he's dead.
Let's do the flickering flames. Flickering flames, easy for me to say. Against Terminators. Well, we won't do very much, but they are hitting on 4s. 4s to wound. I can reroll 1s because they are nearest enemy, and that is 5 minus 1s.
Yikes. So 3s. Oh no!
Oh, no. Oh dear.
Sergeant's dead.
Ugh.
Assault cannon dude down to 2 wounds.
Okay. Yeah. Rubrics. Soul Reaper. Hits all the times. Really on 3s. Re-rolling the 1. So that's 4 minus 3 saves against your Terminators.
So 5 ups. Although I have got to make 2 of them,
Yeah.
which I do not.
Right. And that's it because he's a different unit, isn't he? So, then assuming I'm in range from the scarabs. Yes. Right. So they put everything into him. So this is the missile launcher. Can we roll? Yeah, 1s. I think I'm within 6. That still misses. Yeah. Strength 8 to freeze. Nope. Then Soul Reaper. Freeze to wound. So that's 4 minus 3 saves against your champion.
Okay, so 5 ups. How much damage does each one do?
Just 1.
Just 1. So he is down to 2 wounds.
In turn 3 for the Dark Angels, the captain.
Let's make a tactical
Tactical
withdrawal into cover.
Whilst some covering fire is laid down by the Eliminators. Oh, sorry, you got a psychic phase first.
I've got a psychic phase first, so I'm going to smite the Horus.
Horus, yeah.
Goes off.
Goes off.
Doing 2 mortal wounds. Soul sight on the Eliminators, which does not go off.
Yeah, no.
That is a fail. So on to shooting. So the Eliminators are going to fire. I'm going to go for a moral victory. Get 5 mortis rounds against Haradaran.
Yeah. Don't fancy the last wound off the chariot?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
See if you can take down
I've been waiting for Haradaran to wander into their
sights. Yeah.
sights, so.
It's not the first time.
It's not the first time I as a player.
Yeah.
It's the first time I think maybe. I don't know. The Dark Angels have faced Haradaran.
No, yeah, I think on the channel
before it was Dark Reapers and
yeah,
Elder Rangers.
It was.
To get in,
that's true. It might have been.
they've all tried and failed. So maybe these plucky eliminators before they're forced to quit the field.
2's re-rolling 1s.
2's re-rolling 1s. Yeah, let's start there, shall we? Right. So 3 hits. It's strength 5.
So 3's to wound.
3's to wound and 6's immortals in addition.
Yeah.
So that is 2 saves at -3.
So I have 4 up and vulnerable. 1 gets through. So it takes 2 wounds? Sorry, it's 2 wounds.
2 damage and then a mortal wound.
Yeah. So 3 wounds. He's down to 2 wounds. And if he had not healed himself, that would have been an execution shot.
So, well, the captain's going to try and finish him.
Yeah.
So this is a 3.
Yeah.
Hit. Strength 5.
3 to wound. Got any CP left?
No.
No.
Oh, I have. New turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So save. I've still got the saving throw.
Shall I roll?
Yeah. You roll and see what it looks like.
6.
Ah, never mind.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna.
We call it.
Bow out.
Call it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's assume that I've got infinitely long to keep hiding from your line of sight and clocking up CPs, because with guerrilla tactics, Phobos units can just
Yeah.
zip off the tables. So
yeah, I
we'll
mean, had you won the second roll, who knows? But I think, and he floated sort of. If the guy floated all the way up here, actually, it would have been a little bit tricky for me to dig you out of that. But that was probably about the only way that was going to happen. It's open war. Sometimes it sort of doesn't quite work out.
I've learned some valuable lessons in this game. The main one of which is don't put one of your most expensive units within threat range of flamers.
Yeah.
I just didn't see that coming at all.
To be honest, I didn't really either. I thought, I'll attack that unit with the flamers, thinking I'll soften them up a little.
Yeah.
Because, D6 plus 3 shots.
That's
at strength 5 -2.
Yeah, that is savage.
That is savage.
19 hits with.
Do you know what? I thought from the demons' perspective that the most effective single Chaos God power demon armies was probably Nurgle, maybe Khorne, maybe Slaanesh, but I wasn't really thinking Tzeentch. But if you had enough of these dudes,
well, if I'd had more guns,
yeah,
then I might have got through them. But their demon saves are impressive, and I just wasn't geared up for hand-to-hand combat in this game.
No.
I think maybe if I had units that could get into combat fast, but again, even then they'd just be shot on the way to combat, wouldn't they? So
yeah,
tough because tough. And obviously split deployment is a risky business. It worked in a way because it meant that half your army was sort of started turn 2 up here.
Yeah, and
but having wiped half my army, so it wasn't like
no,
it wasn't like a fantastic tactical.
I think if we'd started this game again, I would have just given you first turn because it felt a bit. Although we rolled off and that was the rules, it felt like maybe you should have had first turn.
I think the answer is not to. Yeah, I think the answer is to play more games.
Yeah.
Because in the round, the more games you play, the more times things are going to just swing in one person's favour or the other.
Yeah. And I just, we had this sort of idea that there'd be some sort of, that was the sort of fluff behind the game. There's some sort of summoning ritual. It made sense to have me in the middle, but
you had a nucleus of reasonably tough units with some, frankly, eye-watering shooting.
Yeah.
And psychic.
Yeah.
And I just plonked all my guys in range and watched them all fall over. And that's It amazes me that I never get more tactical the more I play this game. I shouldn't play.
I don't. Yeah, no. I think, to be honest, number 3. I think it probably was the game slightly stacked.
There's a lot.
I think.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dice on there. I mean.
It's an interesting mix, actually. They seem to. I did not miss Cabal points.
No, it was a really good combination.
Also, actually, I think.
And they fit well.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah.
Tzeentch Daemons and Thousand Suns is a good.
It's a good mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I think, you was a bit unlucky on the twist with +1 power to on the cast and the extra range on the spells.
One psycho was a buff psycho at the back of the field, and maybe he would have done better.
Yeah.
Or maybe he would have just got his head kicked in if he'd been nearer the middle.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh well, these things happen. I hope it's still
It was still a good game.
still a good game. Hope you still enjoyed yourself. You're not gonna.
Of course.
Yeah, it'll come back. It'll come back, and here.
Do you know what? I like the painted little men and the dice rolling and the narrative hilarity. So
Yes.
it's all good.
Yeah. It's just the way that the dice rolled. Tzeentch was very keen for this to
For Brian
flood
to be
out. So
sacrificed.
Brian goes pop.
Or Brian.
Yeah. So he's paid his part to
Never even made it onto the black ships.
No, he didn't. What a shame. What a shame. But yeah, okay. Well, next time, no doubt, you'll hand me a damn good drubbing.
Yeah. next time, I'll bring the Fire Strike Survey Tides.
Yes. Those were my nemesis. My Necron nemesis. Yeah. So yeah, but no, it's just one of those things. Okay. Anyway, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the game. Hope you did, and it does help the channel out. This is all TT combat, the scenery pretty much. That's apart from the odd bit of GW stuff, and GameMat.eu for the game mat. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.
Good luck, Deathwing T-shirt from Warhammer merchandise.
Indeed. Number 3 sporting that very well. It's a shame they've lost their permanent transhuman.
Well, it is what it is. I had good fun with it for a while.
Yeah.
Had a good innings.
Yes, indeed. And I played with my demons for the first time in 9th. Hooray! So, goodbye everyone, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, bye-bye.